Order! Order! This is quite a development. Do you think the body was never actually moved?
Hold it right there. The body must have been moved. How else do you explain that loud crash that you heard during the mock trial? If it wasn't caused by the body crashing into the statues, then what was it? I hadn't thought of that. If that loud crash wasn't the body hitting the statues, then what was it indeed? The knot in the skull banner shows that something was carried along the wire in it. So if that's true, I know what I have to find. Something that was in the art room before the murder and then on the stage after. The object that was sent down the wire to crash into the statues was... the Lady Justice statue. That statue! Yes, I believe it was the statue that broke the other two, not Professor Court's body. The unique statue you see on the right, that's the pure white Lady Justice from earlier. Professor Court accidentally broke it while she was polishing it the day before the mock trial, but she used her own unique artistic sense and technique to repair it, as you see here. Nobody would have guessed that it was originally Lady Justice.
Silence.
Perhaps you are onto something. But why, pray tell, would anyone move that scrap heap relic in such a tedious manner? Excellent question, Simon. Keep them coming. You know why, but the fact that you won't acknowledge it shows how twisted you are. Lady Justice was moved during the mock trial. During that time, Professor Means was fabricating an alibi with his pre-recorded speech. If we consider the fact, then Lady Justice was moved in order to point us to the body and interrupt the mock trial. I think point us to the body. Professor Means used a pre-recorded speech to fake an alibi during the mock trial. He wanted to make it look like he couldn't possibly move the body. Moving Lady Justice was his way of pointing us to the body and cementing his alibi.
Gah! That's quite a persuasive argument. For a while there, I thought you weren't taking the trial seriously. Well done.
You should never underestimate me, Athena Sykes. Professor Means always means what he says and says what he means by all means. Fine then. Say it already. I'm waiting. The murder occurred the night before, but the body wasn't found until late the next day. Countless students passed the stage till they met in the lecture hall for the mock trial. So answer me this. Why didn't anyone see the body that entire time? That can be explained by... If the victim was murdered on the stage and left there, the body would inevitably have been discovered. And of course there was nowhere to hide a body upon that stage. This is not good, Athena. Our claim is this close to being beaten to a pulp. I know. We've come so far. Consider yourself schooled. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone. She was under the thing. She was one of the statues. It was under the sheet. The killer is none other than Juniper Woods. It always has been and it always will be. Arg. Just wait a minute. That's my theory anyway. My theory is that she had to have been under one of the cloths. Poor Juniper, she must seriously regret having asked you to defend her. And to add insult to injury, you nearly had Hugh convicted for murder. Surely you haven't forgotten that little fiasco. Aha! Athena Sykes. Attorney's badge is just for show! Not only did you fail to defend your client, you also raised false charges against her friend. You have no right to call yourself a lawyer. But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain? Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I? Don't tell me I've failed him once again. Failed to save someone near and dear to me. I've worked so hard to become a lawyer and even studied psychology. Has it all been for naught? Am I just doomed to relive that all over again? Uh-oh, we getting the creepy times again? The creepy times. We getting the creepy times. Oh, it went black. Athena, what's wrong? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Relax, Athena, breathe. It's not working. Everything's going dark. After all I've done. Is this how it ends? Forgive me, Junie. I couldn't protect you like I said I would. Objection! Objection! You leave Athena alone, man! She's the one who saved me! Oh, it was because of Athena that I could stop hiding and start living my life as a girl again. And she saved the friendship between you, Juniper, and I. I think you're an awesome lawyer, Athena. One of the best! But I raised false charges against you. But that's not all. I've done some seriously unforgivable things. Objection. What's the big deal? False charges are nothing to be scared of. And I'm not even mad at you. I should really be thanking you. You use legitimate means to expose my wrongdoings and give me a chance to re-examine what's important. But what does it matter if I can't save Juniper? I mean, the whole reason I've come so far is... Objection! It's not over yet, Athena. Even now, at this very moment, I still believe in you. Junie, I know you better than most people, Athena. And I know you'd never surrender to the dark age of the law like the professor did. Thank you, Junie. But I feel like I can barely breathe. I don't know what to do.
Silence.
Stop your bleating this instant. You look an utter fool. Prosecutor Blackwell? There is one who awaits you, is there not? And that is the reason you have studied so very hard. Are you prepared to give up on all you have worked for thus far? It would not do to have you disappoint you know who. You're wasting your time. You have nothing on me. No evidence or anything else to establish my guilt. You are helpless before the might of lawyers for whom the end justify the means.
Objection!
Don't worry, Athena. You're doing fine. The truth will always win against people like him. But Apollo, what am I supposed to do now? Listen, all you have to do is take a deep breath and look back over the entire case. If there's truth to be found, and there always is, you're sure to find it. It's time to shine a laser straight through your ears. Put it in your brain. Now let me see you smile. Remember what Mr. Wright said? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Thanks, everyone. You don't have to worry about me now. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Ooh, we're getting a red widget now. Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to rock. Prepare for your utter defeat. Laser brain! Let's go! Professor Court wasn't killed in the art room. She was killed right where her body was found. We know because there wasn't any time to move the body there from anywhere else. That means the body had to have been hidden somewhere on stage until it was found. Let's think along these lines and see where it takes us. First up, when did Professor Means remove the body from its hiding place? Well, let's see. What was he doing right before the body was discovered? He was using the span of time his fake alibi created to move the body to where it would more easily be spotted. Therefore, the only time Professor Means could have removed the body from his hiding place is during the mock trial. During the trial. It was during the mock trial, specifically during the speech or while Junie wasn't there. No, Junie was in charge of audio, so she would have left the lecture hall many times. There's no way to weigh which of those times to focus on. There's got to be another way to pinpoint the timing of the professor's actions. Okay, it was during the speech. Fine. The body was moved during the speech. Professor Means moved the body to an easily seen location during his long pre-recorded speech. The professor also moved something to the stage that wasn't there before, specifically the white statue. The white lady statue was also moved. During the mock trial, Professor Means wrapped the white lady justice in the school banner and sent it zipping down to the stage with a crash, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. He drew attention to the body and made it look like the murder occurred in the art room. But was there anywhere to hide a body on that stage? It doesn't seem likely. No, there had to be someplace. Wait a second. How about something that should have been finished but was only mostly done? Something was used to cover the body up, but it didn't draw undue attention because it looked like it belonged there on stage. In that way, no one would suspect there was a body hidden inside. What was already on the stage and capable of concealing a body? The Wright statue. It was inside the body of Phoenix Wright. The body was hidden by Wright statue. Oh, I know the Mr. Wright statue was never actually finished. The body was wrapped under some cloth to hide what was really inside, cleverly disguising it as the boss's statue. Miss Newman gave up on the Wright statue, yet Professor Means finished it in a single night.
Yes, what an impressive feat that was.
It would be impressive if he'd done it. His so-called work of art deserves none of our praise. That's because it was only a facade to hide his real work, the murder of Professor Court.
Come again? I'm afraid I don't follow.
He hid the body by making it look like the statue of Mr. Wright, with the body wrapped under a piece of cloth that looked just like a statue.
What?
I second that what? Now this is getting interesting. Objection! No, this is getting preposterous. How would such a thing even be possible?
Objection!
Well, we'll never know until we try. Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going. Okay, Apollo, time to turn me into a reasonable likeness of Mr. Wright. I'm gonna pose like the statue, like so. And now I want you to wrap me up in a cloth so that I look like a statue. I don't have a cloth. Hey, that's the obvious. Where am I supposed to get this magical cloth?
I'm afraid that isn't the right color, Mr. Justice.
Well, given how sudden the request was, it's kind of the best I could do, Your Honor. All right, I think that about does it. Fabulous.
Well, what do you think, everyone? Do I look just like a statue of Mr. Wright or what?
Looks like some random person to me. Weren't the statues a pair of busts? Phoenix Wright has that spiky hair in the back of his head.
Forget the hair, the statue's head's way bigger than your average person anyway.
You gotta hand it to me for trying anyway. Wait, that's it. The hands. Her arms are raised over her head, and there are dark bruises around her wrists. Yeah, the professor was probably tied up with something.
The marks on her wrists indicate she's been tied up.
Apollo, tie me up in a new pose. Wait, you're not into this kind of thing, are you? No, I'm not. I'm not really enjoying this. Besides, it was your idea. Just tell me how to tie your hands already. Professor Court's wrists were tied together, and I can't help but think that's related. How should I arrange myself to match the shape I want, given her hands were tied? Presumably in an objection pose. But I'm not 100% sure where she's going with this. Behind her head? Oh yeah, because it's going to create the spiky hair. Tie both of my hands behind my head. Yep, it's the spikes. It's Phoenix hair. See? That makes it possible to fake the spikes on the back of Mr. Wright's head. Sure, but then what about the statue's arm? With both arms behind your head, you can't exactly complete the pose. Yeah, it would be awfully hard to make the objection pose like this. I can't help thinking you've forgotten something, Athena. Something on the body that you don't have right now. Are we talking about her sword? What did the victim's body have that I don't? An arrow in it! Oh right! There was an arrow sticking out of her side. Okay, Apollo, take that and plunge it into my side. Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa, what are you, crazy? Fine, then go get some duct tape. Rapido, schnell! Alright. I don't need to know other languages to know bossy when I hear it. The fatal arrow to the side. Spiky hair created from 2 hands. A masterpiece in the making. Now cover me with that cloth. But remember to make the arrow stand out, okay? Mommy, the arm's too short. Shh, remember your indoor voice, dear. Nobody's buying it. The arrow's nowhere near long enough. But... What else could you use for the arm? Still won't give up, eh? I must commend you, if only for your spirit and determination.
Of course she's not giving up. After all she's put me through, she owes me an explanation, and one that makes sense.
Oh, big penalty, potentially.
Now disappoint me again, and the penalty will be doubly painful.
Yikes. Guess I better get it right this time. Think, Athena, think! Professor Court was murdered when she was stopped by the stage to see Professor Means. If it wasn't premeditated, he must have used something close at hand in his little ruse. Apollo, show me those stage setup photos again. Like that? Right now? Okay, alright, hold on. Please be in this photo. The arm on the Mr. Right statue is really this right here. Is it his staff? Means had a broom. Did he? I don't think it's this thing, because that's the base. The only thing that's really arm-like here, I think, is his staff. No, it's not the crane. Yeah, I think the globe staff. Let's try it. Let's do the globe staff. Got it. I know what he used for the arm on the statue. He used Robin. He picked up Robin, knocked her out, shoved her in the thing. No. This is absurd. There's no such thing in this photo. Don't play dumb with me, Professor. It's the staff you have right there. Give it to me. Staff? This is the spear of a great legal warrior. Whatever, just hurry up and lend it to me. The length is perfect. Mr. Wright couldn't possibly object to such an awesome arm. Psh. Okay, go for it, Apollo. Tie me up again. I love it. Sure, I'll give your arm a hand. Cloth and binding coming right up. Still a little weird, but okay.
Mr. Blue Knight?
It's Phoenix Wright! Look, it's that famous lawyer! The one that we have all the collectible lawyer cards for! That's definitely him! I'd know that pose anywhere! I'd lay awake at night dreaming that he'll point his finger at me! We did it! Didn't we? Well, am I not the spitting image of the legendary Phoenix Wright? The man who will bring us out of these dark ages and into an era of brilliant golden light. Golden light, all I see before me is the pink specter of a man.
It's just because Mr. Wright likes his statue. He's positively tickled pink.
Get it, Apollo? He's tickled pink? Blech, that joke deserves a pink slip. You're fired. Get out.
It seems the gallery is quite impressed with the defense's sharp thinking. And the witness?
Bah, the resemblance is nothing more than a coincidence. Not so fast there, Buster. I'm already out. What's that? How fast am I? Pretty great. Unfortunately for you, I can prove my theory to be more than mere coincidence. To prove that his spear was thrust into the victim, all I have to do is examine the spear for sprint, see if it's a staff or a spear, test the spear for blood. Oh, I think testing it for blood. Yeah. He'd assume the victim's jagged wound came from the arrow being forcibly shoved in. But if the wound was from this spear instead, then we should be able to detect traces of the victim's blood on it. Your Honor, a brief recess, if you will. By any means possible. What if I get rid of my spear? Wait, what if I burn it? Oh! What's wrong with a non-guilty verdict? Just look at the sign. Look at the sign and just repeat to yourself, it's fine. If I do that, I'll be found innocent. Yes, I'm innocent, I tell you. Surely you don't expect us to take lectures from you now. No, I ask you in the gallery. Help me decide the professor's fate. We take bar exam, huh? 30% salary cut. I'll take that. Yes. Yes, pretty good. Dismissal! Can we throw the case out? You just making bad noises? Oh, someone stop him! Bailiff! Bailiff, stop him! Stop him! Oh no, his teeth! He finally broke!
Prosecutor Blackwell, what has become of our witness, Aristotle Means?
It is as Sykes-Stono suspected. Blood was detected on his staff. He is admitted to this heinous crime. All of it. He shall join us in the clink tomorrow. His teaching skills can be put to good use there. Great. I'll teach felons that the end justifies the means. So much for rehabilitation. Can I ask what the professor's motive was? I could barely make out a word he said on account of his shattered teeth. One of Blackwell's fellow inmates was once a surgeon. Why not a former dentist, too? I eventually had him put pen to paper. It turns out Professor Means was the one taking bribes. The victim had suspected him after a report from the class snitch. That led her to question him at length the day of the killing, right there on that stage. The result? The heinous crime that was brought before this court. The fool, like Newman, had come to know of the script's contents via the victim's note. It seems he came up with a plan to stab the victim with her own awl in order to make the killing look like the one in the script and thus frame the defendant. But that scrap of paper with Hugh's name had the same mark as Professor Court's planner. Yes, about that. Those planners are bestowed upon all students graduating at the top of their class. Really? So then, Indeed, once upon a time, Professor Means was also awarded the same notebook. The handwriting is being analyzed now, but like as not, the scrap belonged to him. This, too, was evidence of the bribery scheme that the victim had obtained. Know that Constance Court was clean, and that only Aristotle Means took the bribes.
To think a professor would murder a colleague, then try to pin it on a student. If this is the dark age of the law, then we can only hope that a brighter future awaits, and that no one's going to try to kill me. I'm looking at all of you. And the first step is to hand down my verdict for a promising young lady. This court finds the defendant, Juniper Woods, not guilty.
Party! The confetti still seems a little weird, but okay, yeah, we're all happy! Woo! 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 Woo!
I wish you all the best on your road to becoming a courtroom judge. We will need young people like you. I can't oversee every single case, can I? Somehow? If we ever hope to restore the law to its former glory.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll work as hard as I can. Maybe one day I'll be able to work with all of you to make a difference.
Proudly serve Professor Court's memory. Do not let her death be in vain. That's the last thing I expect to hear from him today.
Court is adjourned.
They should have a memorial courtroom named after her. They could call it Court.
Thank you, Thena. I really mean it.
It was nothing, really! I can take the biggest tangled mess of a case and unravel it just like that. My PTSD definitely won't cause me to collapse in the middle of the trial. I don't know. You look pretty wound up there at the end. Literally and figuratively. Look pretty hungry for a knuckle sandwich, Buster. You enjoying tying me up a little too much?
I wanted to thank you too, Apollo.
Don't mention it.
The way you were always there for Thena when she was in a bind. And at the detention center, where your smile gave me hope when there was none. I have a crush on you now. That'll be explored later. It was like the warm rays of the sun shining down on peaceful woodlands. I think you're an absolutely amazing person.
Thanks, Juniper. That means a lot to me. But I still have lots of work to do, and I can't wait until we see you on the judge's bench.
I promise you I'll get there someday. That's why, until that day, I'll...
Guys, I've got some big news! I mean, this is huge! Oh, am I interrupting something? Oh, sorry. No, it's okay, I think. So what's the big news? The school festival, it was supposed to have been cancelled after what happened, but they had it anyway. And because if you guys weren't there, it was much better. We just got a call. In memory of Professor Constance Court, who worked so hard to make it happen. The festival's being extended one extra day until tomorrow.
Really? All right!
Let's go to a festival and celebrate our dead friends. Wait, that seems a little wrong. Yeah, it's time for the concert. Everybody likes the concert.
We've got a special treat for all of you. A love letter for Themis Legal Academy.
Just pretend he has a German accent.
Achtung, baby. It's
Achtung.
time for the guitar serenade.
This is where I would sing a song if we didn't budgeted to sing a song, but animation's quite expensive, so we're done. I was supposed to be a rock star, but here I am with acoustic guitar, and we're going to play a folksy song. Wow, that was so much fun. School festivals are amazing.
I think you and Robin are getting a little carried away. Your singing voice, Juniper! It could melt my Heart.
Mr. Wright, thank you for that training seminar. Just remember, the objection. Pose is all about attitude. Oh, and congrats on your mock trial win. Although, Robin had you there for a while there.
I did, didn't I? But
I'm just glad we're back to how we used to be, thanks to Athena. And you know what? I think I'll stick with becoming a prosecutor after all. I'm gonna make up for my mock trial loss by winning the real deals in court! Mock trial loss? What loss? Wait, did they reprise the trial and Hugh won? Level-headed lawyer, course genius, and hot-blooded prosecutor, course student will go head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the She-Devil's Black Heart. So, does this mean it's really gonna happen? Juniper, there's something I've been wanting to say to you.
Huh? Ooh, is he going to do what I think he is?
Juniper, can we still be friends? You know, best friends? Like we've always been? With the benefits? Huh? Best friends? Hugh, weren't you gonna profess your love for Juniper if you won the mock trial? No, I was gonna confess that I'm not a genius, and that I'm really 25 years old. But you already dragged it out of me during the trial. Whoops!
Listen, Hugh, you too, Robin. Miriam?
Huh? What? I'm not here. Me too.
Miriam's got this tactical espionage stuff down to a science.
I've been thinking. It's up to us to put an end to the dark age of the law if we can. Let's all work together to usher in a new age where winning only results from the truth. And the end never justifies the means.
Count me in! I wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, I mean, yes.
Best friends forever, huh? No matter what anyone says, nothing beats true friendship. You bet. What about your BFF, Apollo? Aren't you a bit old to be using that word? Yeah, he's the best friend a guy could have. Which reminds me, we're supposed to meet up and gossip about the new girl in the office. Hey, no talking about me behind my back! So what kind of a guy is he anyway? Well, if I had to describe him in one word... We don't get the word? And so after some slight arm twisting, Apollo promised to bring me to meet his friend. Unfortunately, that promise was never meant to be fulfilled. For not long after, their friendship was mercilessly severed by fate. And the bonds between us began to fray and unravel as well. Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence. Even now, those words continue to ring in my ears. The discord in our ever-cheerful Apollo's voice made him sound so cold and distant. Why, Apollo? Why? Why would you leave us all behind? To be continued in the next trial. A new episode's been added! The Cosmic Turnabout. Cosmic? Was his best friend Neil deGrasse Tyson? There's only one way to find out. And that's to come in Thursday at 7, when we'll be playing the next trial, the Cosmic Turnabout. Thanks everybody for watching. This has been Willbits. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Come on in next time. Good night for now. Bye.